Motorcycle Men. Time now for Rider Rides with your host, Ted Kettler.
Hello and welcome to another installment of Rider Rides here on the Motorcycle Men podcast. I am Ted, your host. Rider Rides is where you, the listener, has the opportunity to tell us all about your bike, why you ride it, and what makes it your bike. Doesn't matter what you ride, where you ride, or how often you ride. The important thing is that you do ride. And a motorcycle you just heard comes to us from Pat Burns out in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Pat, welcome to Rider Rides on the Motorcycle Men podcast.
Thanks, Ted. Great to be here.
Glad to have you. Now, it's your turn. What kind of bike do you got?
I currently got two, of course. You can't have more than one. I have a 1977 Ironhead Sportster I'm restoring. That doesn't run, but I do have a 2004 Ultra Classic that is my pride and joy.
Excellent. So why did you choose that bike?
I just got my license about 4 years ago. I took the MSF course.
Excellent.
And within a week, I bought a 1992 Yamaha Virago 750.
Nice way to start.
Great bike. Had fun with it. Only problem, it just needed one more gear for the highway.
That's so, most 5-speeds are like that.
Yep. Traded it in for a 2002 Yamaha Roadstar 1600.
Oh, moving
So
up.
I went from a big up, yep. Drove that one for about 21,000 miles in the first 2 years that I owned it.
Nice.
Did the Tail of the Dragon, did Key West and back from Michigan. So
Beautiful.
I got back from Key West last summer and went, you know what? I'm going to go check out a Harley because I've always wanted one since I was a kid. I mean, my uncle had one. And just the story goes that way. You just hear that sound, and that's what you want. So I was on Craigslist, found a 2004 Ultra Classic, fully loaded, 13,000 miles. The person only wanted $7,200 for it.
Oh, there you go. A
Called
deal
him
of the
up,
century.
So I'm like, what's wrong with it?
Yeah.
He says, I'm 83 years old. I'm 5'2". If I drop this bike, I'll never be able to pick it up.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go.
I said, I have a bucket of cash I'm going to drive up there and give you. Thank you very much. And bought the bike on the spot.
Excellent. Perfect. So give us some details about it, like the tank size, seat height, weight, etc.
All right. It's got a 5-gallon tank, which is
That's typical.
just perfect for the amount of cruising you want to do before you have to take a break.
Right.
Seat height's 30.7 inches.
Really?
So
It's not. That's pretty high for that.
It is. I'm 6'1". So
Okay.
It fits me just like a glove. I think it weighs about 810 pounds. It's got the twin cam 88 standard with it and the 5-speed.
Right.
It goes. I just can't say enough good things about that bike.
Now, do you are you with simian proportions so that nothing is out of your reach?
Yep, I'm pretty apish. Yeah. So
Oh, good.
I can pretty much grab everything.
That's good. Yeah, I'm kind of that way too. So, how many miles on it right now, and are they all your miles?
Unfortunately, they're not all mine, but there are 18,500 miles on it as of me pulling in my driveway today.
Wow.
Since I bought it last August, I put 5,500 on it. I'm counting down the days now, 22 days. That bike and I are riding all the way to Key West for 4th of July week.
You're killing me. And now, what's going on down in Key West?
4th of July.
Oh, boy.
That's going to be a week-long party in the Keys, I'm sure. So I rented the room for the whole week, and on the way down, going to do Cumberland Falls and Tail of the Dragon again, and Wheels Through Time Motorcycle Museum. Sounds like fun.
Yeah. Now, you've done this trip before.
I did last summer on my Roadstar, but I didn't get to go to Wheels Through Time. I didn't get to go to Cocoa Beach or Ace Cafe in Orlando. So this year I'm told my boss I got 3 weeks off. I got a bucket of money. Whichever I run out of half of first, I'll turn around and come home.
You seem to have a lot of buckets of money laying around.
I'm divorced, so yeah.
Oh, so usually if you're divorced, you do not have buckets of money. It's the other way around.
True,
yeah, right. So where in Key West are you staying?
It's called the Island City House. It's the oldest guest house on Key West.
Oh, you're actually going into Key West.
Oh yeah, right downtown, 2 blocks from Duval Street.
Oh, nice. I'm actually partial to Isla Mirada, but Love
So
the
am
keys,
I.
man.
Yeah, I'm stumble home distance kind of a thing.
I understand. I completely understand. Have you made any modifications to the bike since you've had it?
Oh yeah, you betcha. First thing I did was I replaced all the lights with LEDs. I went with the Daymaker headlight,
Excellent.
and running lights, and I went with the frosted out black or charcoal tail light LED that blinks
Okay.
when you hit the brakes. And I went LEDs, red LEDs across the dashboard. I just think that makes a world of difference.
It's easy on the
I
eyes.
did was, oh yeah, and gets people's attention.
Of course.
I bought the detachable tour pack kit. Highly recommend that. If you don't need the tour pack on all the time,
Right.
and you like the look of it without it, 2 little clips and pop out it comes. Kiriaki grips, hog tunes for the Bluetooth, lower fairings for the crash bars. It's just all the little things that make a bike that much more mine.
Wow. So it must be super comfortable then.
It rides like a sofa.
So what do you like most about this bike?
The biggest thing is the fuel injection. My last bike had carburetors.
Ooh. Yeah.
Hopping on that, because I ride in Michigan year round. As long as there's no snow on the ground,
I understand.
20 degrees, I don't care. And you got a carbureted bike at 5 in the morning in the middle of winter, it's going,
cranky.
I don't really want to go to work today. So
Yeah.
the distance on it, like I said, with the 5-gallon tank, it's just about perfect, 200 miles. The storage is amazing. I could pack enough stuff for 2 weeks. It's an RV on wheels.
Well, since now you're going to Key West, now you have the obviously the side saddlebags, and you have obviously the tour bag in the back. Do you still have to carry another bag with you?
I don't think I will. My boss, who's big into motorcycles, gave me a trick a couple of years ago. He said, go to Goodwill, buy yourself 5 T-shirts. So you wear that T-shirt, you spent 50 cents for it. You get to your first stop, take that T-shirt off, use it to clean all the oily bits on your bike, and throw it away.
Oh my God, really?
Do the same thing a lot, yeah. And then because you're going to get there to the Harley dealership, and you're going to buy shirts.
Yeah.
You're going to get to Key West, and you're going to buy T-shirts and souvenirs. That's just making room along the way.
I guess. Okay, that's an interesting concept. I've never heard of that being done, but all right. What's the longest ride you've done on this bike?
Labor Day weekend, I did 800-mile round trip to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, around Lake Superior, and back home. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous weekend to ride here in Michigan. It was 80, 90 degrees on the bike. It felt just like heaven.
So the type of riding I'm gathering from speaking with you is that the type of riding you like to do is long distance touring.
Oh, definitely. Get me on that bike and just let me go till I run out of money.
Oh, so how does it perform? I guess it performs well then, huh?
I'm a huge fan of the 88. I know it's not the new 107 or the 103 or even the new 114, but that bike's got enough torque and enough pulling power to get you out of any trouble you're in.
Right.
And also, it'll cruise at 85 miles an hour all day long and not even breathe.
Well, I have the 88 on my Heritage Classic, and I have no complaints about it whatsoever.
No, it's a bulletproof motor. It's rock solid.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, as far as goes for the weight of the bike, does that at all bother you at all?
Not actually weighs less than my Roadstar did. My Roadstar weighed 954 pounds
No
less.
kidding.
That thing was just a monster of a bike.
So how many hours do you do in one sitting on the bike? Like going to Key West, for example. How long are you going to ride one day?
I'm not going to do an iron butt or a saddle sore, but I think 350 to 400 miles a day is probably going to be what I've budgeted, so to speak, for
That's
it.
nice. That's good.
So good amount of distance. It'll get me where I'm going. A lot of stops along the way. I'm stopping, like I said, the Cumberland Mountains. I'm going to stop at a couple Harley dealerships.
Yeah, nice. Have you thought about doing an iron butt?
I have. On this trip, actually, on the way home, I'm toying with the idea. Going from Key West all the way to Valdosta, Georgia would be about 520 miles. And then from Valdosta, Georgia to Indianapolis would probably put me at another 500.
So you got to see how you feel when you finish the first 500, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I don't want to psych myself up and say I'm going to do this thing and then go, not really.
Yeah, just make sure you get receipts for every single stop you make, gas, everything, because that's part of the documentation process with doing an iron butt.
Good to know, because
Yeah.
I'm terrible with receipts.
Well, go to, if you want more information about that, you go to the Iron Butt Association website, and they have all of the things you need to know about doing an iron butt.
Awesome.
What color is the bike?
It is the fantastic lava red Sunglow.
The entire thing is not two-tone, is or one solid color?
The entire thing. The entire thing's one solid color with kind of beige gold pinstripe and beige gold Harley across the side of the tanks.
Mm-hmm.
This thing gets in the sun, and it is lava. It just glows in the dark. It's so deep.
Now, seeing how it's a 2004, how is the paint holding up on that?
This thing looks like it was kept in an airtight museum the whole time. Like I said,
really?
it only had 13,000 miles when I bought it. It is crisp and clean.
So the bike now has currently a little over 18,000 miles on it now, and for a 2004, that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I mean it barely. I just went in for its 15,000 mile service.
Oh my God, that's crazy!
So after 14 years, so. Wow. But that won't last long with me. I'll put the miles on that thing with no problem.
So why do you think somebody should buy an Ultra Classic?
Number one, if you like to tour, 1-up, 2-up, get a family of 4, that bike will take you in comfort as long as you want to ride it. It just goes and goes. It is a mile muncher. That thing just goes and goes. The gas mileage is great on the bike. The amenities, the stereos, actually really good. Picks up a lot of stations, especially with the weather band and Bluetooth, or you want to add on, you got your auxiliary port. Mm-hmm. You got the extra speakers for the passenger to control. So I've got the cup holder and the armrest for the passenger. I've had people on the back of that bike for 2 hours. I didn't even know they were there.
Oh, there you go. You know, it's funny because I see a lot of people that have the antennas on these and they have the radio. How is the reception with the radio on this?
It's not terrible. It's better if you get out of a city. I'm not in a city as big as yours, but Grand Rapids it's a decent sized city with some pretty high buildings.
Right.
I did buy the Harley Davidson in the fairing antenna.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't have to. I don't have to have the antenna on the back of the tour pack because I got the removable tour pack kit.
Yeah.
So that made it a whole lot better without having to fiddle with wires and things like that with the antenna. So that did make a big difference having that antenna because it wraps all the way around the inside of the fairing. So recommend that as well.
There you go. Did you change the exhaust by any chance?
I haven't. The audio you got about that bike, yeah, that's pretty much stock. That's probably going to be next year.
You know, I honestly, is it dual that you have on there now, or is it the typical two on one side?
No, it's dual.
Okay, it's dual.
One on each side.
You know, it's funny. I have no problem with the standard stock exhaust that comes on these bikes. I just don't. I just think they sound just
I don't
fine.
either, but my last bike had Vance & Hines, and I got so used to that throaty burble.
Yeah,
you know, you get used to that, and you're
yeah.
like, yeah, well, when my boss comes up and he says, you know, my Goldwing's louder than your Harley. It's like, oh, come on.
See, that's bad. You can't have that.
Like, no, I got to fix this now.
All right, one last question before we depart. Do you have a biker nickname?
I do not. Like I said, I just started riding 4 years ago. Really getting into it and loving every minute of it.
All right, well, thank you very much for joining me here on Rider Rides, Pat. I want you to ride safe. Have a great time going down to Key West, and I want to get a full report from you when you're done.
You will. Thanks, man. Have a good one.
Take care of yourself. Ride safe.
Bye.
If you'd like to be featured with your bike on Rider Rides, here's what you do. Go to the Motorcycle Men website at www.motorcyclemen.us. Go to the episodes page and fill out the form and submit. If selected, all you have to do is provide us with a soundbite of your bike, and you'll get a one-on-one interview with your host. Thanks for listening, and keep on riding.